Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Wild Moo Lacquer. In today's video, we are doing a new to me brand showcase. This is not just a new to me brand, but a newly launched brand that launched in February. This is Victorian Varnish, and I'm really excited to share the polishes that I bought from them. I got a number of things to try, from their nail polishes, a couple of their base coats, as well as their top coat, and one of their acetone additives, and one of their monthly polishes also came with a cute little sticker. So we have a lot to look at today. I thought we would start by going over their packaging because they have adorable packaging. Here is their box. You have the Victorian Varnish logo with a cute design on the side. You have the ingredient list on the back, as well as their social media information here. And then on the bottom of the box, you have the polish name. And what I thought was really cute is on the other side, you have this adorable little owl in a little steampunk hat. Absolutely adorable. They also sent a little care package with a couple of stickers with their logos. This one has that V with some steampunk clockworks. This one is a beautiful hollow. And then we have their card as well. Let your creativity soar higher than the airships. And Victorian Varnish is based in Oxford, Alabama. So let's go ahead and take a look first at their acetone additive. I love their little bottles. It goes very well with their overall theme of like a steampunked Victorian. So this is labeled as a tincture, and it has acetone additive down here. And then you have the directions on how to use the ingredients here. And then at the top, you have the fragrance that you got. I chose fresh coconut and watermelon. I just wanted to show you guys before I opened it that it does come nicely sealed. Now we won't be trying it out because it is an acetone additive, but the way that you use these is you just put it into your acetone, and that way when you go ahead and use your acetone to remove polish, you don't end up completely drying out your cuticles from the acetone. Ooh, so this one has like a real coconut scent and a fresh light watermelon. That is very nice, very lightly scented, and by that I mean it's not an overpowering cloyingly sweet smell. This is a very nice combination. I use acetone additive all the time. I have not used just plain acetone since I discovered this, so no matter what brand I get it from, I really like using this every single time I use acetone because it, like I said, prevents drying your cuticles out. So that first item was their acetone additive in fresh coconut and watermelon. All right, on to the polishes. Can we take a moment and look at these bottles? These are really unique. I haven't seen these, I think, from any indie brands before. It has sort of a like half barrel shape where it is slightly thinner at the top than it is on the bottom. The caps are also kind of like not quite a rubberized, but they have a really nice texture to them. So I love the bottle shape, very cool. So the first item that we're going to look at that is a polish is their pink petticoat base coat. So this one is a lightly tinted pink base coat. So what I've done so far is I've swatched all of the polishes as well as the base coats in 2 coats. And I'm going to share with you swatching a 3rd coat so that you can see how they apply, see the formula and all that. So here's the base coat in 2 coats. As I said, it's just lightly tinted. It's not meant as a blurring base coat or anything. It just has that pinch of pink to it. Here is our 3rd coat. You can see that nice squishy light pink. And the nice thing about this one is you can also use this as just a very light squishy pink on your nails. I think you can see that light pink there. So if you build it up on your nails in these 3 coats, you'd have that nice squishy sheer pink on your nails. But there we have the pink petticoat base coat in 3 coats. So that first one was their pink petticoat base coat. Oh, and I should say their bottles are 17 ml. Good size. The first nail polish that we're going to look at is this one called Horologist, and it was one of their grand opening limited editions. They had 2 of them. We're going to look at the second one here as well. And this one I almost didn't get, but she was having a really nice sale for the launch, so I decided to go ahead and grab this duo. And this is actually really pretty, and I'm happy that I ended up getting it. It is a really beautiful shade of a deep raspberry. You have a beautiful mix of iridescent flakies. You have these warmer shades there in like an orange to gold, but then you also have these indigo to blurple to aqua. There's also a shimmer in here. This is a beautiful composition. I really am glad that I got this one. The color is stunning. So here it is in 2 coats there. We're going to take a look at how a third coat applies. I don't think it really needs a third coat for full opacity, but we're going to go ahead and do a third coat just so that you can see how it applies. The formula on these are really nice. I don't find it to be too thick or too thin. So there is our third coat. This is a really gorgeous color. I love the different colors that you're seeing from those flakies as well. I think you can see that squishy raspberry shade that I was talking about there, but it is one of those polishes that is so loaded with that shifting shimmer that you're mainly seeing that as the predominant color in that polish. So that one was Horologist. The second one in the grand opening limited edition duo was Chronometer, or is that Chronometer? I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna go with Chronometer. Let me know if I'm totally butchering that, but this one is the one that really caught my eye. If I was only going to get one of those limited editions, this was going to be it. Like I said, I am glad that I did end up getting both of them though. Wow, these are really freaking my camera out because they're so shiny. But this one has a really beautiful shade of blue in the base, and it is absolutely jam-packed full of shimmer and hollow and flakies. These are a mixture of, I think, iridescent and metallic flakies. You've got red metallic flakies and blue metallic flakies. Then you have some iridescent flakies in there that shift. Then you have the shimmer and the hollow. This one is just a beautiful combination. So much going on. So here is 2 coats of that one. I don't know if it's coming across very well on camera, but this is one of those polishes that I would say is between a 2 to 3 coater depending on your application. So we're going to go ahead and see how a third coat applies. I'm loving the pink that I'm seeing from the shifting shimmer in here. And I love it when it mixes with these primary colors of like blue and red. I think that makes for a really fun look on the nail. You can see the hollow twinkling away there as well. So there is 3 coats of that one. Look how fun that is. This one is another one that I think is incredibly unique to my collection. So fun. So that one was Chronometer or Chronometer. Next up, we're going to be looking at another of their base coats that I got. This one is called Linen Chemise, and this one is a very lightly tinted white. I don't remember if each base coat also had a different thing that it did, a different ingredient list or things like that. So definitely check out the website if you want to see if there's an actual difference between how each one was formulated. Here it is in 2 coats. You can see that very light wash of a soft white. Definitely squishy because it is a base coat. Again, not formulated as a blurring base coat or anything. Here is a third coat. I think this one could look really nice on its own though if you wanted to layer it up in 3 coats. Give yourself sort of a finished buffed naked nail look. So there it is in 3 coats. Look how nice that looks. But I think that this could also make a really beautiful one to play around with, like a jelly sandwich, and put a glitter or a shimmer in between, or just do 2 to 3 coats of this on your nail and then put the shimmer on top. I think that could look really nice. So that base coat was Linen Chemise. So next in the lineup I have their top coat, but I think we're going to save this one for the end and show this over all of our colors once they've dried. So the next nail polish that we're going to look at is their February Cog of the Month, which is what they're going to call their polish of the month. This one is called Dr. Thaddeus Wonderpuss, and this is the one that came with that really cool octopus sticker. This one is also a magnetic. So this is one of those polishes that I was surprised that I ended up wanting to get because it does have that golden wash to this, but it is more of an antique gold as opposed to a very bright yellow gold. If you are new to my channel, gold is one of those colors that's not necessarily my favorite, but the composition of this one with all of those flakies and the fact that it was a magnetic really caught my attention. Also, like I said, her prices on her launch were really great, so I wanted to make sure to grab this one. So let's go ahead and see how it looks magnetized in the bottle. So you can see it deepens up that base to almost like a blackened base, and then you can really see the rainbow of colors in those iridescent flakies. You're left with that slightly green tinted gold magnetic particle pulled up into that magnetic line. So a really neat combination there again. So this is it in 2 coats. We're going to take a look at a third coat here in a minute applied, but that's how it looks on the nail magnetized. You can see all of the different colors of those flakies and the gold magnetic particle dancing away on the nail. Let's see how a third coat applies. This is another one of those polishes where I would say it lands between a 2 and 3 coater depending on your nail length and application. I think I did get a little bit too much polish on my brush this time, but the formula on this one is really nice. I'm going to be using my lightning magnet. So I held it there for 30 seconds, and that's how it ends up looking. Look how cool that is. So what I really liked about this one is even though the gold magnetic particle is mainly what you're seeing in the bottle, once it's magnetized, you're left with this sort of a blackened sky confetti look on the nail, which I thought looked really beautiful. And again, this is another one that's very unique to my collection. I don't have anything else like it. So that one was the February Cog of the Month, Dr. Thaddeus Wonderpuss. And the last nail polish before we get into the top coat is this one called Happy Never After. This was part of their Valentine's Day duo for 2023. Now this is one of the duos that I did only end up getting one of. The other one was more of a bright pink. And I do like bright pinks, but I was trying to behave because I was already getting quite a lot of polish, so I did end up getting only one from that duo. But this one really caught my eye. It is one of those black to red multichromes, and what I really thought was neat is it has a secondary particle in here. Those green glimmers there are a secondary particle, and it just looks beautiful in this base. And I want to say that there might even be a secondary shift or shimmer in here, because I don't think this was described as a straight up black to red multichrome. There is other colors going on. It's a really beautiful combination though with that green. Absolutely love it. So here is that one in 2 coats. Again, that green shimmer is really predominant on the nail. This one ends up looking just beautiful. I think mainly what my camera is catching is that black, but it does have shifts to like a burnt orange and a deep burgundy. This is beautiful. Now this is another polish of theirs that doesn't really need a third coat, but we're going to go ahead and do a third coat just so you can see how it applies. Yeah, the formula on this one is beautiful. So there is our third coat. Like I said, it didn't really need it, but there we go. Really neat shifts on this. In fact, in that shimmer that I was pointing at that's a green, I'm also seeing some pink, maybe even some other colors. So really beautiful combination here. Again, pretty unique to my collection, even among the other colors that I have that are a red to black multichrome. So our last polish was Happy Never After. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at their top coat, Illuminate Quick Dry Glossy Top Coat. So it looks like this one might be middle ground. It's not as thick as say like a Vibrant Vinyls, but not a really watery formula either. So let's go ahead and start over here on the pink petticoat base coat that we looked at. And then we're going to put this over Horologist. Yeah, this feels really nice to apply. The thickness, like I said, is not too thick, not too thin. Next, we're going to put it over Chronometer. And then over Linen Chemise, the white base coat. And then over our magnetic, which was Dr. Thaddeus Wonderpuss. Oh, and I forgot to share with you the sticker that it came with, so we'll look at that here in a second. And then over Happy Never After. I think on that one I didn't get enough on my brush. There we go. So very nice glossy top coat there. We're really happy with how it applies. We're going to let those dry for a second and then we'll come back and see how it looks glossy. But here's that sticker that came with the Polish Cog of the Month. Isn't that adorable? You have the holographic little starburst and you've got this adorable little steampunk octopus that has a little pocket watch, a cup of tea or coffee. He's also wearing a little top hat with a leaf and some goggles and some clock cogs. Very neat design. So here's how those came out, all nice and glossy. Really happy with the formulas on all of these. I didn't come across anything that was too thick, too thin. The formulations on all of the nail polishes themselves also worked really, really nicely. The flakies all laid down nicely. I didn't have any that wanted to stick up or be difficult. So that was my first look at Victorian Varnish. If you were aware of the launch and got some, let me know which polishes you got. I'm really excited to see what else she's coming out with. I know I already have on my wish list the polish from Hella Handmade Creations that she's releasing for this month, February. So on the 14th, I'll be getting that one, as well as any other collections that she's coming out with, because I love the overall look of the brand. I think it's very, very cute. So that's going to wrap up my haul from Victorian Varnish. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. As always, thanks for hanging out with me and looking at beautiful polish, and I will see you in that next one.